Hello, this is Mr. Matthews, and I figured I'd take a break from the hard games and focus on an easy one. This is Jaws on the NES, obviously. Now, this is the first game that I rented as a kid when I first got an NES. I don't know when that was exactly. It was somewhere between, obviously, the time Jaws was released on the NES and the release of Super Mario 2. So I don't know what those dates were, so future me, put them on the screen, I guess. It was sometime in between those two dates. At that point, there were not really a whole lot of games on the NES, maybe 50 or 60 titles, I don't know. So it was pretty slim pickings at the rental shop. I did not like this game when I first rented it. I didn't get it. It was too confusing, too boring. But I have grown to appreciate it more as an adult. It's pretty simplistic, there's not really a whole lot to it. It's not very difficult. I don't find it boring though, it's almost cathartic. Basically the point of the game is to kill the shark, that's your only goal. But you are not strong enough in the beginning to do that. So you basically need to sail back and forth between the two ports on each side of this overworld map to power up your character. And as you're sailing back and forth, you encounter these random ocean scenes, and that's where you kill jellyfish and rays and random sharks to farm for shells. And the shells are the currency, which you use to power your character up at the ports. Now you also encounter these bonus scenes where you drop bombs on jellyfish for more shells. These sequences are really only helpful in the first part of the game. By the time you get to power level 3 or 4, they're just kind of a burden. Now, the first item you get is always going to be this transceiver, which is basically the radar for Jaws. It's not really that useful. I don't know why the game forces it on you. But by the time you get the transceiver and are ready to start powering your character up, you should have collected enough shells for the first 2 upgrades. So it doesn't take very long to get to power level 3. And that is the game. Farming for shells, powering your character up. Now, this is commonly referred to as an LJN game, but I think most people at this point know that LJN did not make their own games. They were just a publisher. So I believe this game was developed by Westone, which was the developer of the Wonder Boy and Monster World games, among others, I'm sure. Now this was the third playthrough I did of this game. The first couple playthroughs I did were pretty close to about 25 minutes long. This one's only about 11 and a half. So the time you spend with the game is really dependent on the encounter rate of not only the ocean scenes, but Jaws himself. Now you can encounter Jaws, the shark, pretty much right at the very beginning of the game, but you are, as I said, not strong enough to actually do much damage to him. You do only have a limited time in these ocean scenes. I don't know what it is, maybe a minute or two. And you can't do enough damage within that short amount of time to whittle Jaws' energy all the way down. You should be at least at about power level 4. Now, I'm not really sure what the requirements are for getting these bonus scenes, and because I don't know how to get them, I also don't know how to avoid them, so I don't really know how to avoid wasting time in the later levels with these bonus scenes. So now I'm at power level 4, and that's about the minimum that you need to be before you can start really doing damage to Jaws. And here he is. You can see that I'm actually doing pretty good damage to him, but I'm not going to get it all the way down to 0 on this first encounter. If you don't kill him on this first encounter, he will regenerate some of the energy, not all of it, but I should be able to take him all the way down to 0 on the next encounter. Now, I'm still using this opportunity to farm for more shells because I wouldn't mind getting up to power level 5. And as you can see, I timed out. So I'm going to use this opportunity to power up at the port. And now I'm at power level 5, so this should take him down pretty quickly. Alright, about next pass I should get him, and there he goes. So once you whittle down all of his energy, you move to this next battle screen, and this is, I guess, based on Jaws 4. So the idea is you make him breach using one of these 3 strobes, and then stab him with the front of your ship, whatever that's called. Now, if you don't kill him with this scene, he will regenerate all of his energy, and then you'll need to chase him down all over again on the overworld map and whittle him down from full energy. So I really want to kill him here. So I'm being careful with this last strobe. It's pretty fussy where on the screen he needs to be. Obviously, you need to keep him centered up on the ship. But I think as far as front to back, he needs to be right about at that front black line right in front of your ship. Okay, make him breach and wait for him to spin around, and there he goes. And that's the game. So thank you for watching, and like, comment, subscribe if that's your thing. And I will see you next time.